Good morning to everyone. I'm Yamini. Today I'm going to explain about decision control statements. Uh, in decision control statements, there are four concepts in if condition: simple if else, nested if else, if ladder. And here, these all are called as conditional statements or else control statements, and also we can call it as a decision making statements. And here if statement is used for the decision making operations. It contains the body of the code which runs only when the condition given in the if statement is true. If the if statement is true, it will represents the if condition statements, and if the condition is uh, false, it will be represents the false condition statements. And here first, simple if syntax is a if condition and statement 1 and statement 2. Here if you observe, statement 1 and 2 have the some indentation. Here most important concept is the indentation. Here we have to give the indentation in Python. That is, indentation is called used to the identify the block of statements. All the statements should be indented. And here we will use the relational or comparative operations also in if conditions. Relational or comparative operators means here you already know about these relational operators in C language. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to, these all are coming to the relational operations. uh, Operators. And here we will use the logical operators also. We will use the logical operators for use it to combine the conditional statements. Logical operators means and or not. In C language we will use for and for mm, ampersand and operator, and or for pipeline. uh, so, but here we will write directly and or not. And here if statement represents the true block of the statements, and here we have the only true block statements, we don't have the else part. So if for example simple program, if a is less than 5, print a is less than 5, it will print. Otherwise it will not print anything. Second, if else condition, if else statement concept. This is for syntax is a if condition and statement 1 and statement. Here also we will follow the indentation, then only it will consider the block of the statement. If condition statements will print the true block statements, and else part will be uh, print the false block statement. Here for example program is a mm, write a program for even or odd number. Here I'm taking the input from the keyboard, and if condition is modular operation we are performing here, and we will give the remainder as 0, then it is a even number. Otherwise it will print the number is odd number. And next, coming to the nested if concept. Here the nested if concept is nothing but the condition, if condition within the if condition. S- uh, Also, and here we will give the statements. Here also we will follow the indentation, and here the two true block statements and else part also there. If the condition is true, it will be print the true statements. If the statements all the conditions will be true, then only it will print the true block statements. Otherwise it will print go to the else part, and it will print the false statements. For example, I'm taking just army person entry exam, like that. First I'm taking age, height float I am giving. Why? Because height is in the points format, that's why. And age, enter the age. And here the if condition is height is greater than or equal to 5.7, and if age is greater than or equal to 18. And here I'm using the uh, logical logical operator, and age is less than or equal to 42. So it will print the if you are eligible for writing the army exam. Else it will print sorry, you are not eligible for the army exam. And if else, if here more than two alternative conditions, then you will use the if else if condition. Else if condition is nothing but the if else if ladder in the C language. Here we will write the if else. Here if condition syntax is the if condition, statement 1, statement 2, and more than 2 3 conditions. It will check if first condition it will true, it will print. Then it is a false condition, it will go to the next condition. It will check the that condition also. If the first two conditions also false, it will go to the third statement. If the condition first condition is true, it will not go to the second condition, third condition. And uh, if the three conditions are false, it will go to the else part and print the false block statements. And here example program for else if L condition, else if ladder. Write a program to check whether the given input is a digit or lowercase character or uppercase character or a special character. Use if else if ladder. And here I am taking the one character as if from the keyboard, and if the character is greater than or equal to 0 and sorry greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 9, it will print the digit. Then it will not go to the next condition. And here I am writing the next condition. What? Ch is upper, ch is upper, ch is lower is the string methods, built-in methods in Python. These two are the boolean data types. Here it will check the whether the given character is in upper or else is in lower case, and it will print. If the it is in the uppercase, it will print the uppercase character. If the condition, if the character is in lowercase, it will print the lowercase character. If the first condition it will check, it will be true. Then if second, third condition, it will not check. If the second condition is correct, it will not go to the third condition. And if the three conditions are false, it will go to the last else part. What else part is nothing but a special character. And here uh, I'm one more concept also today I'm explaining: iteration statements in Python. Iteration statements are nothing but the while loop and for loop. Iteration means loop, and a loop is called when you are repeating some action again and again, we will call it as a loop. We will call it as a iteration also. Whenever repeating same action again and again, we will call it as a iteration statements. And whenever a block of statements are used to execute repeatedly for number of times, we will call it as a iterative statements. Each time of execution, we will call it as a iterative. For example, some set of statements are needed to be executed 10 times. That we will call it as a 10 iterations. And here first I am explain about while loop. Mm, while loop, in this we have to follow the three main points here: loop variable initialization, condition for termination, updation of a loop variable. These three condition. Loop variable initialization is nothing but a loop. First we have, when we are writing before the loop, we have to initialize one variable. And then next coming to the condition for the termination. At particular time, the loop should be terminated for getting final number of iterations. If you fail to write the conditions, the loop will be continuously executed. So we have to write the loop condition is uh, correctly. So here coming to the third part, updation of a loop variable. Here updation of variable, for every iteration we need to update variables based upon the loop variable. We need to write the condition. There are two types of iterative control statements here: while loop and for loop. And while loop is a syntax here. While condition, here before we have to initialize one variable, and while condition, here the if condition also follow the indentation, and while and for loop also follow the indentation, then only it will consider the statements as a block of statements. And here uh, while loop and here I am printing some 1 to 0 1 0 to 5 elements. Here I am initializing one variable. that is x is equal to 0. You can take here 1 also. While x less than or equal to 5, print x. Here x is equal to x plus 1. Here x is equal to x plus 1 is a nothing but a increment decrement operator, but here we don't have the increment and decrement operators in um, Python. Here we have the operators by using the augmented assignment operator, nothing but I is equal to I plus 1, x is equal to x plus 1. We will call it as an augmented assignment operator. And here it will print. Here we are taking the initial value from 0 to 5. It will print 0 1 2 3 4 5 4. Here if you can give 1 also. If you give 1, it will print the 1 to 5 numbers. That is the process. And here we can write the Python program in while loop also. Here I am taking the n1 and n2 equal first values. Why? Because Fibonacci series is the process of uh, adding the before two. Next number is the before two numbers, addition of the before two numbers. So first I am taking the first two numbers, n1 equal to 0 and 2 is equals to 1. Count is equals to 2. Count means n1 plus n2. That is the count 2. And if n is less than or equal to 0, print please enter the positive number. So why? Because we don't have the Fibonacci series is a negative number. Fibonacci series starts from 1, 1 and 2, 2 plus 1, 3 like this. So here I am taking the LCF ladder and n is equals to 1, print n1. If n is equal to 1, 0 plus 1, before numbers are the 0 plus 1, so it will print the 1, n1, sorry 0. And here else print n1 and n2. If else n is equal to not equals to 1, it will go to the else part and print n1 and n2, and while condition will check less than or equal to n. For example, if you print 3 or 2, it will take the n3 is equal to n1 plus n2. Print n3 and n1 is equals to n2 and n2 is equal to n3. Here I am just swapping the numbers because taking the next two numbers as a considered as a 1 and 2, that's why. And here I am writing the operation augmented assignment operator. Count plus is equal to 1 and it will print 0 1 1 2 3 like that. And write a program to complete the LCM of two numbers. Here the LCM also I am using the while condition and GCD of two numbers. And next I am coming to the for loop. For loop is usually known as a determine or definite loop because the programmer know the actually how many times the loop will be repeated. Here we have to mention the loop will be how many times executed. We already know now. That's why we are using the for loop. Syntax is a for variable in sequence. Here sequence we can use the list, tuple, dictionary also we can use, but most of the times we can use range also. Range function also we can use. The range is a built-in function in Python that is used to iterative over the sequence of numbers. And range syntax is the beginning, ending and step size. Beginning means here starts from I is equal to 0 or else I equals to 1 or else like that. And end means end number. And for example, if you enter n is equal to 1, n minus 1 or else n plus 1 like this. And step size. Step size means the difference between the two numbers, first two, second, third or else like that. Here step size, if you didn't give the step size, even also it will take automatically, it will take from the system only. The step size is 1. And beginning, if you didn't give beginning number also, it no problem, it will take 0 is a beginning from the 0. And you have to give the end number. Why? Because how many times exactly a loop will be repeat, we know that one, that's why. And first I am printing for I in range in 1 to 5 numbers, and here starting with the 1. And uh, difference is the 1. So here it will print 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, and here if you give the range 1 to 10, difference is a 2. Difference is a 2, it will print the 1 comma 3 comma 5 comma 9. And Python program to print the all prime numbers in a given iterative use the break statement. Here we have the break statement also. Break statement is nothing but a jumping statement. Break, we already know about this in C language, same like that also here also we are using. And first I am taking the lower and uppercase two inputs from the uh, mm, keyboard, and here print prime numbers between the lower and upper, from where to where you want the prime numbers I am giving, and for number in range of lower to upper, and all prime numbers or starts from 1, and if number is greater than or equal to 1 for I in range of 2 comma a number. And here if condition is modular operation I am performing, number percentage of I, modular of I is equal to 0, it will break and print the number, else it prints the number. It will print the all the prime numbers from the given interval from where to where. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Today class is completed.